Welcome to a new way. He has put you on a new journey. Hold close to him and follow what he says. Sent the final prophet Muhammad to mankind a mercy. Welcome to a new way. He has put you on a new journey. Hold close to him and follow what he says. Sent the final prophet Muhammad to mankind a mercy. Welcome to a new way. He has put you on a new journey. Hold close to him and follow what he says. Sent the final prophet Muhammad to mankind a mercy. Welcome to a new way. He has put you on a new journey. Hold close to him and follow what he says. Sent the final prophet Muhammad to mankind a mercy.
Okay, I had to find myself on here. I couldn't find myself. Okay, Ina alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. I want to welcome everybody to our series on the sacred bonds of marriage. That's what this class is about. The sacred bonds of marriage. And today, we're going to get into some nitty-gritty discussion. We're going to speak about the role of the Wali, or the role of the guardian. And this is a big problem today. A lot of the Muslims don't understand that there is no marriage without a guardian. The woman has to have a guardian. It doesn't matter if she's a virgin, a non-virgin, if she's young or 110 years old. Even a woman old as me, I can't even get married without a guardian. The only difference is that for us older women, we can't be refused marriage either. That's the only difference. Allah, as we talked about in our 6 o'clock class, Islam is a balanced. Allah is the one who has proportioned everything into balance. Allah doesn't give too much power or too much authority to anyone or anything. You know, a woman cannot get married without a guardian, you know, and a guardian cannot deny any woman really marriage. If she wants to get married, he has to look for a husband. But when she's an older woman, such as myself, who's been married before and knows herself, then you can't deny me. I can pick my dude. Nothing you can say. That's the only difference. And one of the I'm laughing about it because I just had this discussion with one of the new shahadas here. She's laughing too. Yeah, we were just talking about that. That's why I'm kind of a little bit late. I was eating and she texted me. She was telling me that this sister's a new convert. Her son. Okay, yeah. She just texted again. Yeah, her son is her guardian. Wait a minute. Her son is her guardian. And she was telling me how, you know, she's been Muslim for about 6 or 7 months, heard about Islam for years because her son had been trying to get her to convert to Islam, which she finally has, alhamdulillah. And she's an elderly woman. She's older than me. Now, y'all know that's elderly. I'm 63. So that can tell y'all she's older than 63. She's really an elderly lady. So here she is. She says she's got great grandkids. This woman has been married. She has 6 children. She got 25 grandkids. She got 7 or 8 great grandkids. And she said that one of the brothers at the mosque wants to marry her. And she said, he's a nice gentleman. She said because she went to school with him. She knows this guy from back when she was young. You know, she's older than me. She's older than 63. But she said she went to high school with this gentleman at the mosque. And the gentleman was, you know, surprised to see her come to the mosque. He said, oh my gosh, so-and-so. And she said, so-and-so. And wow, how have you been? It's been years. And she said she dated him. They dated in high school. Now, isn't this a beautiful love story? That just goes to show Muslims have beautiful love stories to share too. Even though we don't touch and get intimate, we have love stories too. So she said she met him at the mosque. She said he's a gentleman that she used to date back in the day, about 1,000 years ago when they were in high school. So she said he just got down to the point. He told her, you know, I never forgot you all these years. I always wondered what happened to you. And she said, well, I heard you've been married about 3, 4, 5 times. He said, yeah, and I got kids, but none of the marriages worked out. And she said he told her, I never could find anyone like you because that was her first love. And he was her first love. She was his first love. So he said, well, since you're Muslim, let's just go ahead and try it again. She said he just said it right there in the parking lot. She said they were standing in the parking lot of the mosque, hadn't seen each other in about over 50 years. And over 50 years. And he said, well, it's been 50 years. He said, but it seems like just yesterday. He said, both of us are single. Both of us don't have much time left on this earth. He said, why don't we trug it together? Ain't it kind of cute? So she said, okay. She said, let me get my son. You know, my son's my guardian. She said, my last husband passed away about 10 years ago. And he said, yeah, I lost my old Sally too. You know, they catching up on the times. So she said she went home after the Juma prayer. And her son came in and she said, Ibn, I want to get married. She said, I guess who I met? I met so-and-so. I haven't seen him in over 50 years. He was my first love. I was his first love. And he wants us to get married. We want to get married like next week because it seems like just yesterday. Beautiful story. She said her son looked at her and said, no. I said, what? She said, do you know that critter? She called her son a critter. She said, do you know that critter had the nerve to tell me no, that I was too old to get married? I said, what? She said, so I looked that critter in the eye and I told him, Ibn, either you get me married to this brother tomorrow or I'm going to call Sister Layla. She said she don't think he's going to call me like I'm going to do something. She said as soon as she told him that, he said, oh, okay, let's go talk to the imam. So she said that they went to the mosque. That was yesterday, Saturday. They went to the mosque. The imam thought it was a beautiful little love story. He said, yes, I'll be happy to marry you guys. So her and her first love, they get married next week. But she said her son had the nerve to tell her no at first. And that's the difference, guys. And so she asked me, she said, Sister Layla, if he hadn't agreed to do it, what would have been my option? And I told her, you are almost 100 years old. Had he not married you, I said the procedure would have been for you to go to the imam and tell the imam that you and Brother Maine want to get married and your son is denying it. I said, and the imam would have called your son to the carpet, and he would have talked to your son and asked your son what was his reason. And he would have explained to your son that your son doesn't have that authority, that either your son marry you or the imam would do it. So she said, okay, that's good to know, because she said, I thought if I hadn't mentioned your name, he wasn't going to let me get married. That's a shame. But that's the difference, guys. We have to have a guardian. But Allah doesn't put too much power, too much control on anyone. So that's the difference with an elderly woman, a woman that's been married before. She knows herself better, and her guardian can't refuse her. Not like that. Because this is a woman that's been married. She didn't have kids. She knows herself. She knows, been around the block. She knows about life. Everything comes with, conditions. So today, let me put the PowerPoint up on the screen. We're going to go over the role of the guardian. Oh yeah, the sister's typing me, asking me, girl, please. I wish somebody would tell me no. I got Dr. Ibrahim Doramali would be the one handling my weddings if any of my family got crazy like that. Or Sheikh Morsi. Okay, here we go. Today we're going to be covering chapter 13 of the book. This book is called Sacred Bonds. It's written by one of my students, Brother Abdullah Kirk. He wrote this book, and I'm so proud of him too. And today we're going to be going over chapter 13 of the book. We're going to cover the entire chapter. But let me warn you guys, I didn't have a chance because I had to eat dinner and all that, and I wanted to enjoy my food. So I did the PowerPoint, but I didn't get a chance to, oh, wait a minute. I see it. They said I'm not live on, there it is. I turned it on. Now I'm live on Instagram, inshallah. It should be live, So alhamdulillah, inshallah, guys, I didn't get a chance to proofread over it, but I'll make any corrections if I need to. But we're going to be covering the role of the guardian. Everybody can see? Alhamdulillah. Now, the role of the guardian, or the Wali as it's used in Islam, in a woman's life is very important because, again, our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said in an authentic hadith, any woman married without, well, this is a different hadith, but I'm going to go over this one too. And there's one hadith in Sahih Bukhari where the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, there is no marriage. There is no marriage. There is no marriage without a guardian for the woman. That hadith is in Sahih Bukhari. And here's another one. This is Tirmidhi, where the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, whichever woman married without the permission of her guardian, her marriage is invalid, invalid, invalid. So you learn two things from these two hadiths. Number one, you learn that having a guardian for the woman is a condition of the marriage. And also you learn that, secondly, the woman cannot get married unless her guardian approves of it. If he doesn't, then the marriage is still invalid. So the guardian's permission and the guardian himself, these are conditions of a valid marriage contract. And also, we have this verse of the Quran that speaks about the role of the guardian. The role of the guardian is to assure that the woman that's being married, her rights are guarded and protected, and that she's not marrying beneath her, nor is she marrying too far above her. Listen to what the Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning. Do not marry polytheist women until they believe, because a believing slave woman is better than a free polytheist, even if she may be pleasing to the eye. And do not marry your women to polytheistic men until they believe. That shows that a Muslim woman cannot marry a kafir. So you Muslim women that are still shacking up, I repeat, because that's all you are, shacking up. I repeat, you're shacking up with these kafir men that you call your husbands. You are not married. You are a fornicator. You are a fornicator. And here's your dalil. Nor can a believing woman be married to a polytheistic man until they believe, because a believing slave man is better, even if the polytheistic kafir man is pleasing to you, because these people invite you to the hellfire when Allah invites you to paradise and forgiveness. So you can see in this verse here, not only is Allah letting it be known that it's forbidden for Muslim men to marry pagan women, and it's also forbidden for Muslim women to marry any man who is not Muslim. Not only is this verse telling us that, but it's also saying that, again, it's the job of the Wali. That's the Wali, the guardian over the woman's job, to assure that these conditions are met. Because women fall in love with the idea of love. He could be a kafir. He could be a monkey man. It don't matter. They'll fall in love with him because love, love, love makes the world go round in a woman's head. Women are emotional. That's why men are the guardians over them, because men are less emotional than women. So that's the number one role of the guardian, to make sure that, first of all, the man that the woman is marrying is upon the same belief system as her. That he is her equal Islamically too. What does that mean? That means that why would I marry a man? I mean, a lot of people ask me, yes, I mean, there's nothing in Islam that say that a person that's born Muslim can't marry a convert. It happens. Okay. But I personally, I'm not going to marry any man who doesn't know more than me. I'm sorry, because the man has to lead me. So it's the guardian's job to make sure that whoever the woman is marrying, that he's on her level spiritually as well. That's the most important thing. So the guardian makes sure that whoever is seeking that woman out is righteous. He's on her level spiritually, emotionally, and all of that. That's the job of the guardian. And also you see also from this verse that the guardian is to protect her over the woman. If you are the Wali over a woman, you got to protect her rights, protect her interests. You're supposed to do the background check on these men. Do the background check to make sure these men are not criminals, that they're not convicts. You have to do the background check to make sure that these men can provide for her and maintain her. This is why, what guardian in his right mind would marry his daughter or his mother or his sister to a man who's in prison? Because a man who is in prison is unable to fulfill his obligations. He can't provide for her. He cannot maintain her. He cannot physically satisfy her. And he definitely can't protect her. So this verse serves as a reminder, of keeping all of this in mind. You are her protector. You are her investigator. You're supposed to investigate these men that are looking into marrying your daughter, your mother, your sister, or whatever. And again, something that I tell you all the time, just like a man can't tell you how to be a woman, that's why it behooves me that you Muslim women rather learn your deen from a man. I'm sorry. Can't no man tell you how to be a woman better than a woman can. And just like no man can tell me how to be a woman, all he can do is give me his perception of what he wants a woman to be. The same for a woman. I'm a woman. I can't tell you how to be a man. That's why every child needs a father, especially those male children. You sisters that keep your sons from being with their fathers, shame on you. You can't give a son what his father can, because you can't teach him how to be a man. Okay? Men come in different types and different degrees. Some men strive for righteousness and live their lives seeking the pleasure of Allah, adhering to all of Allah's laws and commands. But then there's other men who are players. Then you got the players. And then you got the players. Only a man can see through another man, just like only a woman can see through another woman. Men are often charming. Men can use their charisma. They can use the tone of their voice, their accent. They can sugarcoat words to mislead you. But another man can see through that game. Another man can tell if the man is full of crap. So that's why you have to have a guardian. And that guardian should be someone who loves you unconditionally. That's why you sisters cannot fire your father, because no man on this planet will ever love a woman unconditionally but her father. He'll accept you for all the faults you got, and he'll have your best interests at heart. Okay? So that's the job of the guardian too. Not only is it the guardian's job to investigate the man, the potential husband to be, to make sure that he's righteous, to make sure he's not a criminal, to make sure that he can provide and maintain. Oh yes, the guardian, not you. You women ain't supposed to do nothing except sit back and wait. It's your guardian's job to check how much money this guy got, what job he has, how much money he makes, where does he live, what do the people say about him, does he have AIDS? Oh yeah. Does he have AIDS? Let me check his my chart. Oh yeah, nowadays you got to do my chart checks. Oh yeah. We got a problem in Pennsylvania. That's your guardian's job to do all of that. And if your guardian is a righteous man and fears Allah, he'll be strict when he does this. And he'll be a shield for you. But the problem is, it's hard to find a good guardian. Unless it's your father or your brother or your son. We got a problem with new converts, women who convert to Islam. They don't have good guardians. They don't have people who know them and care about them. So they end up becoming a victim. So, in order for the guardian to do his job, he has to be someone that you, the woman, will trust. Your father is going to do his job, whether you like it or not. Your father going to probably do it too well. Your son, your brother, they're going to do their job. Your uncle, they're going to do their job. You have to trust their judgment, even if they may seem too strict or too severe. Trust them because they know the games that a man can play. Okay? Listen to your guardian carefully. Take all of his advice to heart. And if you do that, he can point out things that you wouldn't even recognize or see. And not only is his advice to be taken with the man, but also even with the dowry. And I'm going to add that here. This is not in the book, but I'm going to throw it in there. The woman should listen to her guardian about that dowry, because we got some women that's so desperate to get married, they'll ask for nothing as a dowry. And then we have other women who are so arrogant, they'll ask for $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for a dowry. Your guardian, you should sit with him and work it out with him, something that's feasible and reasonable. Because again, we never know if the marriage is going to work out. And in order to buy your freedom from that marriage, you're going to have to pay that dowry back. So you don't want your dowry to be too high where you stuck in a marriage, like a lot of these Arabic women I know are. A lot of these Arabic women that I know are being abused. They're in abusive marriages and they can't get out because they ain't got no way to buy themselves out. Okay? And you don't want to be like a lot of the African American women, so desperate to get married that you say, give me a book. Just buy me a hadith book, or a prayer rug. No. Seek the balance. Seek the middle course. You want it to be reasonable, not too high where you can't get out, and not too low where the man looks at you as a joke. So you and your guardian can sit down and work out the dowry together as well. And also a few other important points. We women have to understand, just like every woman is different, every man is different too. Men can play games just like women can too. You can't take anybody at word value or face value. Like the prophet said, intentions lie in the heart and they manifest through your actions. A man can lead you on and keep you hanging for years. That's why you need your guardian involved. Because in Islam, there is no dating, no courting. It shouldn't be years. The marriages are done quickly so as to avoid sinfulness. And just like marriage is easy in Islam, divorce is just as easy too. Okay? That's why that dowry shouldn't be too high. All right? Also, men are charming. Okay? They can't deceive a man, but they can deceive you. So your guardian has to evaluate the men, run the background checks, and don't stop your guardian from doing that. Don't tell your guardian that he's going too far to ask how much the man got in his bank. Men know the games that men play. A man can pretend. We got the scrubs out there. A scrub. You know, they can pretend to be rich and have this, and women get conned. So if your guardian wants the man to show his bank account, hey, go with it. All right. And again, guys, the number one thing that your guardian should seek out is righteousness. Money is not all that. But good manners, belief in Allah, practice of this religion correctly, All of that is important. Does he have a history of abusing women? What does the man's neighbors say about him? Do they say that he come from a bad family, a family of thugs, a family of criminals, a family of scrubs? So let your guardian do all that checking out. Because again, if the work is done in the beginning of before the marriage, this is all what leads to a happy marriage. So that's basically all there is to say about the guardian. Again, if you don't have a guardian, your marriage is not valid. If your guardian disapproved of the marriage is not valid. And a woman cannot be a guardian for another woman. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, any woman who arranges the marriage of another woman, they both have the curse of Allah on them. And this is important because there's a lot of Arabic women who do that for a living. Oh yeah, especially on these chat programs. You have these Arabic women claiming to arrange marriages and set you up with a husband, find a husband for you. These are witches. This is witchcraft. The Prophet said any woman who negotiates the marriage of another woman, they have the curse of Allah on them. All right. So I'm going to stop right here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Are there any questions or comments? And by the way, guys, before I end, this is the weekend. This is Sunday. Y'all know tomorrow I'm going to have to check our checking account to make sure that we are not overdrawn. Man, we are overdrawn every Monday. Please, guys, I don't want to look tomorrow and see that we're $300 or $400 overdrawn because we haven't been getting too much in donations this month. It's the 15th already. The month is almost gone, and we still got bills that ain't came out yet, or they did come out, and we trying to make up from being in a hole. Please support us. Remember, we are a non-profit organization. We are an online Islamic school, and we are not affiliated with any mosque. We are a separate entity here. So we survive off of your donations, and you can donate using Zelle. That's the best way, because when you guys use Zelle, the money goes straight into the Sunnahfollowers account. It's verified by the banks, and there's no fee. The banks don't charge no fee. Everything else, they charge a fee. You can Cash App us. You can also PayPal. PayPal and Cash App charges money. Okay, but please, it doesn't matter which way you guys go. We're so desperate for the donations. Let them take the fee. I don't care, long as the bills are getting paid. So please support us. You can Cash App Sunnahfollowers, PayPal me /Sunnahfollowers, or Zelle Layla@Sunnahfollowers.net. All right. Try to get some in tonight, because if we in the hole and I see it tomorrow, I'm going to have an anxiety attack. I already know. And I ain't had much sleep. I don't want to have an anxiety attack. Okay. Any questions or comments? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, my allergies. This is allergy time of the year. What can I say? I hate it too.
I think your little class was informative. For a minute there, you talking about the sun and me in the garden. You know, I got tickled thinking about me and you.
Wait a minute. The what in the garden?
When you're talking about the Wali or the guardian. Sister was saying, I was like, wow, I ain't talking about nothing with Layla about
girl,
nothing like that.
You know what? I thought about you. This sister, because you know what? I can see how you doing that.
Yeah.
That because you know how these boys are protective of their mamas. Girl, old as we are, even me, my brothers don't want to ever see me get married. My brothers think I'm supposed to be single, especially Hodge. Hodge thinks I'm supposed to die an old maid.
Oh my goodness.
I think Ibrahim does too. Only one that would love to see me married is Issa.
Yeah, but that's good to know that if he did say no, take it to the imam. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, girl, because he would be the number one. He's just like Hodge and him. I'm telling you, yeah, I can see Ayub now. No, you don't need to be getting married.
And he ain't brought my milk yet. So just bring me that milk ever since 4 o'clock.
Girl. And he's protective of you. I can see Ayub doing that to you like that. This sister say her son, and I thought it was cute though. She said she dated him in high school and they met at the mosque. Ain't that a beautiful story? I told her I want to write a little short story about that. You know, I'm in the right mood. I said, I want to write a short story about her and him.
That was cute.
And she said her son gonna say, no, you too old to get married.
Well, I think you wouldn't use the term of too old because he quite frequently tried to tell me, you ain't too old to exercise. You're not too old for this. So he would use that term, but he would say no. He would say no because he'll say you don't need to be with nobody. He'll be just like Hodge. Hodge will tell me you don't need to be with nobody. You need to be by yourself. And I'm like, why would do I need to be by myself? Nobody needs to be by themselves. My oldest brother the same way. You need to be by yourself. You don't need to be married. Only one is Issa. Your sons, I'm telling y'all, that unconditional love, you can't fire your father. You can't fire your brother. You can't fire your son. Because those three and your uncle, those 4 groups of men have the unconditional love for you. Your father, your brother, your son, and uncle, they can't be replaced. Yeah, that was a nice little information. But just in case I ever had that problem, I know what to do. Girl, yeah, because if I ever get married, I know that's going to be a problem with me. If I can't get Issa, it'll be Jamali. I'm going to have to go right over to Jamali or Sheikh Morsi. Most likely to be Jamali. Right. I'll say, Jamali, my brothers won't let me get married. And I can see Jamali calling all of them up, putting them all on conference, saying, either y'all marry her or I'll marry her. Either way, I can see Jamali doing it. Either way, she will be getting married. Wow. Okay, here's a question here. Sister, do Muslims marry Mormons? Anybody who marries a Mormon, what do you mean? Wait a minute, I forgot. This is a brother. Wait a minute. Brother Tajri, are you asking me about a Mormon for you? For a man? Mormons are Christians. But a Muslim man can marry a Christian woman, but there's conditions. The condition is, number 1, she has to be chaste. Number 2, she must believe that Jesus is not the Son of Allah. She has to believe that Jesus is a prophet of Allah. That's the second condition. The third condition is her heart must be inclined to Islam. That means she must be on the verge of converting to Islam. If those 3 conditions are not met, he can't marry her. And as far as Muslim women, we can't marry nobody unless he is a Muslim man. Okay? And it don't matter where they live in the world. Does that answer the question, brother? Okay, Sister Khadijah, she said a sister is asking if her guardian is saying no to her just because of different ages. What should she do? Your guardian can say no for any reason he wants.
Because age is a big problem. Do you know how many Muslims end up divorced because of age? There's nothing she can do. She can't marry without her guardian's consent. Now, is the woman a virgin, or has the woman been previously married and divorced and all of that with kids? But age is a reason. That's a good reason. Age differences are a big reason. Men get old. I wouldn't marry my 20-year-old daughter to no 50, no 40, 50, 60-year-old man who going through what they call it, prostrate problems. Men get prostrate issues when they 40. Age is a big problem. Men go through menopause just like women do. Why do y'all think old men marry young girls? Because they want the girl to do all the work. Because they can't do the work. Oh yeah, age is a big reason. Let my granddaughter come home telling me she marrying some old man, some 40, 50, 60-year-old. I'll bust her in her head and tell her, oh, no, you ain't. Use you to do all the work for him and make babies. Oh, heck no. You're going to marry somebody your age, girlfriend. That is a reason. And don't tell me about the prophet, because the prophet had the strength of 100 men. Don't try to compare your old, washed up behind with the prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The prophet Muhammad had, as Aisha radiallahu anha said, he had the strength of 100 men. You ain't got the strength of one. Take your prostrate problems on somewhere. Oh, she cannot get married unless her father approves. Khadijah, she cannot get married. She's a virgin. She cannot get married without her father's approval. And her father got a good reason. She don't need to be marrying no old, nasty man. And I'm an old woman, and I can agree with him. Old men are for old women. Young men are for young girls. The old men can't handle the old women either. Technically, that's what I heard. That true, Fresno? Old men can't even handle the old women, can they? Yeah, no, she can't get married. Tell her to tell her father to find somebody else for her. By the way, we talked about this. The woman shouldn't be looking for her man on her own anyway. She's a virgin girl. What's she doing trying to marry somebody? That's her father's job to find a husband for her. So tell her to tell her husband she wants to get married and he should go look for her. She don't go out looking for her own man, and she ain't never been married before. She don't even know what a man is. That's why she attracted to old men, because she don't know the dangers of them. Yeah. Yeah, you sisters let your guardians handle that. That y'all have y'all's fathers take care of that. Don't be going around looking for no old dirty man. You ain't never been married before. Are you crazy? Yep. The brother here typed, I have to concur with Sister Layla. Check this out, Tiba. He said, I have to concur with Sister Layla. I am an old man. He said, and I have to concur with Sister Layla. These young girls need to marry men their age, because a lot of problems come with older men. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah that he spoke that up.
May Allah bless you, brother.
Yes, may Allah bless him.
Yeah, because we know that high blood pressure. How many of you brothers over the age of 40 got high blood pressure? Raise your hands and feet. And while you raise your feet, how many of you got sugar? You got sugar diabetes. The brother here laughing. He said, I got my hands, feet, and toes raised. Thank God you got some toes, bro, because they lose their toes. The men lose their toes. We ain't even got to talk about prostrate. Girl, I talk about that prostrate so much. Girl, I hope I don't end up marrying no dude with no prostrate problems. But that's all you hear about, prostrate problems. Yeah. Any other questions? I bet you do. The brother here said he agrees too. Yeah, y'all know I'm telling the truth. That's what I'm saying. I have to keep it real. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat this religion. Keep it real. Old men are for old women. Young men are for young women. Ain't no Prophet Muhammad walking around here. Are you crazy? All right, guys, I'm going to log out for tonight. Inshallah, tomorrow is, what is it? Yes. Yeah, I'll put Mukhtar's, oh yeah, he's still thinking about Kaka. Yeah, I'll post up the shorts from Mukhtar's class tonight, inshallah. In fact, I'm going to do it now, inshallah. Yeah, I got the 6 o'clock class tomorrow and the 9:30 one. 9:30 is the prayer, how to pray. Yeah, we're going to go over some more of the sunnahs of the prayer, inshallah. All right, guys, I'm going to log out for now. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. The brothers here laughing at me. They say she called it. I sure did call.